The snow falls on a roof, older than memory. Tokyo, 1972. Winter. The Yamamoto dojo sits at the edge of the city, where tradition refuses to die. Cedar beams blackened by centuries. Paper screens, thin as breath. The smell of incense and old wood. And something else? Something that smells like discipline, made physical. Inside, 30 students kneel in perfect rows. Their breath is visible in the frozen air. They have been kneeling for 1 hour. No one shifts. No one blinks. At the front of the room, a man sits. Master Takeshi Yamamoto, 73 years old, white hair tied back with black silk, a face carved by decades of winter mornings and wooden swords, lines like blade cuts, eyes like frozen lakes. Across his knees rests a katana. The blade is 400 years old. It has a name, Murasame, Autumn Rain. Forged in a time when swords were made to harvest souls, not decorate walls. The steel holds memories. 200 lives ended by its edge. For 47 years, Master Yamamoto has issued the same challenge to every visiting martial artist. My sword will cut you before you touch me. No one has ever touched him. The record is carved into a wooden plaque by the door. Champions from 6 countries, karate masters, judo legends, they came, they tried, they bled. The plaque reads, 47 years, deferred defeats. The door slides open. A small man enters. Dark suit, no coat despite the cold. He removes his shoes at the threshold. He bows. Correctly, deeply. The bow of someone who knows what this floor has witnessed. This is Bruce Lee. He has come to Tokyo for a film meeting that ended yesterday. But word travels fast among those who trade in violence. The Chinese movie star is in Japan. The one who moves like water. The one who says weapons are unnecessary. Master Yamamoto sent an invitation, not a challenge, an invitation. There is a difference. One implies respect. Bruce Lee walks to the center of the dojo. His footsteps make no sound on the ancient wood. He bows again. Thank you for receiving me, Yamamoto-sensei. The old man studies him, silent, the way a hawk studies movement far below. I have heard of you. The Chinese fighter who moves like water. His voice is dead leaves scraping stone. I have also heard you believe weapons are unnecessary. I believe the body is the only weapon we are born with. Everything else is borrowed. Silence. The students hold their breath. Internal monologue. He is not offended. He is curious. 47 years of proving steel supreme, and now a man arrives who calls his sword borrowed. He does not want to defeat me. He wants to understand me. That makes him more dangerous than the others. Master Yamamoto's hand moves to the katana. He does not draw it. He only touches the handle, a greeting between old friends. Then let us test this philosophy. He rises, slow, each movement precise, joints oiled by 10,000 mornings of practice. I will make the same offer I have made to every warrior who has entered this dojo. The katana leaves its scabbard. The blade sings, a high cold note that fills the room like a temple bell. My sword will cut you before you touch me. The students have seen this moment many times. They know what comes next. They know how it ends. You have 2 seconds. That is how long Murasame needs to fall. He settles into his stance. The stance of a man who has done this 10,000 times and never failed. No one has ever succeeded. Bruce Lee looks at the blade. 400 years of steel catching the winter light. And if I succeed, then you will be the first. The old man's voice holds no pride, only fact. In 47 years. But you will not succeed. No one is faster than steel. The students shift, almost imperceptibly. They have seen this ritual many times. They know its ending. Internal monologue. He is not boasting. He is stating what he believes to be true. 47 years of evidence, hundreds of warriors defeated. But the sword is not what I must overcome. I must overcome the man who believes the sword is everything. May I ask a question, Yamamoto-sensei? The old man tilts his head, curious. In 47 years, no one has asked questions. They have only attacked. You may. In 47 years, how many of your challengers attacked the sword? Silence. The question hangs in the frozen air like breath. All of them. Master Yamamoto frowns. The sword is the threat. The sword is what must be overcome. And that is why they failed. The old man's eyes narrow. For the first time, something shifts in his expression. Not anger, interest. Explain. Bruce Lee steps forward. 1 step. The students tense. The sword is steel. It cannot think. It cannot hesitate. It can only do what the hand commands. He pauses. If I fight the sword, I fight 400 years of perfection. I fight Murasame. I fight legend. He looks at the master's hands. Aged, weathered, human. But if I fight the hand that holds the sword, the sentence hangs unfinished. Master Yamamoto understands. Hong Kong, 1958. A rooftop in Kowloon. Young Bruce, 18, faces a man with a knife. No referee, no rules. The man lunges. The knife leads. Silver blur aimed at Bruce's stomach. Bruce does not watch the knife. He watches the shoulder. The shoulder moves before the elbow before the wrist before the blade. He steps inside the arc. Fingers find the wrist. A twist. The knife clatters on concrete. Later, Ip Man asks, "How did you disarm him?" "I ignored the knife." Most students cannot. The weapon hypnotizes them. The blade is not my enemy. The man holding it is, and the man is always slower than the weapon he carries. Master Yamamoto is silent for a long moment. Then slowly, he smiles. Not the smile of mockery, the smile of a teacher who has found something unexpected. "You are clever, Mr. Lee. But cleverness is not speed. Philosophy is not action." He raises the katana. The blade hovers at shoulder height, poised, patient, ready to fall. 2 seconds. That is how long it takes for Murasame to descend. In those 2 seconds, you must cross 4 feet and touch me before the blade touches you. His stance settles, feet apart, knees bent, the posture of a man who has made this movement 10,000 times without failure. The karate champion from Okinawa tried, he bled. The judoka from Osaka tried, he bled. The American Marine instructor tried. A pause. He bled the most. Bruce Lee looks at the wooden floor, polished by generations. He wonders how much blood has been scrubbed from these boards. "I understand. Do you accept?" The dojo holds its breath. 30 students, 1 master, 1 challenger. Bruce Lee bows. "I accept." Master Yamamoto's fingers tighten on the handle. The blade rises. Then we begin. The katana rises. Winter light catches the blade. 400 years of steel suspended in frozen air. Master Yamamoto's breath is slow, controlled. The breath of a man who has done this 1,000 times and never failed. Bruce Lee stands 4 feet away, hands at his sides, feet shoulder-width apart. He looks relaxed, too relaxed. The students exchange glances. This is not the stance of a fighter. This is the stance of a man waiting for rain. Internal monologue. He expects me to tense, to crouch, to coil like a spring. But tension is the enemy of speed. The fastest movement comes from stillness. Water does not prepare to flow. It simply flows. Master Yamamoto's eyes fix on Bruce Lee's chest, watching for the twitch that betrays intention. He sees nothing. "Hajime." Begin. The katana falls, not a swing, gravity given permission. The blade drops in a perfect arc, accelerating toward Bruce Lee's shoulder. The sound it makes is a whisper. Murasame. Autumn rain falling. 2 seconds. That is the contract. 2 seconds to cross 4 feet and touch the master before the steel touches you. In the first second, Bruce Lee does not move. The students gasp. The blade is falling. He is still. This is suicide. In the second, everything changes. Bruce Lee moves, not toward the blade, not away from it, under it. His body drops, knees bending, center of gravity falling like water poured from a glass. The blade passes over his head, close enough to part his hair, close enough to hear the steel sing past his ear. But he is not dodging. He is attacking. From the crouch, his hand shoots upward, not at the blade, at the wrist, at the space where steel meets flesh, at the only part of the weapon that is human. His fingers close around Master Yamamoto's wrist. The katana stops, not blocked, not parried, simply stopped, because the hand that holds it can no longer move. Bruce Lee's grip is precise, not crushing, not painful, but absolute. Silence. The blade hovers, 6 inches from the floor. Bruce Lee crouches beneath it, 1 hand on the master's wrist. 2 seconds was the challenge. He used less than 1. Internal monologue. The sword begins at the shoulder. I began at my center, less distance, and I was not fighting the blade. I was finding the source. Master Yamamoto's face is stone. For 47 years, no one has touched him. For 47 years, the katana has answered every question. Now, for the first time, he has no answer. His fingers open. The katana falls. It lands on the wood, with a sound like a temple bell. Resonant. Final. Bruce Lee releases the wrist. Stands. Bows. Thank you for the lesson, Yamamoto-sensei. The dojo is frozen. 30 people waiting for the world to make sense again. Then Master Yamamoto laughs. not defeat, not bitterness. The laugh of a man who has spent 73 years climbing a mountain and just discovered another peak. The lesson, he says, was mine to receive. 47 years, and I never considered that someone would ignore the sword entirely. I did not ignore it, sensei. I respected it too much to fight it. Steel always wins against flesh. So I did not fight the steel. You fought me. I fought the certainty. Once I released my fear of the blade, I could see clearly. And I saw your wrist. Master Yamamoto bends slowly, picks up Murasame with reverence, slides it back into the scabbard. 47 years, he says quietly, and I was the one who could not see. The dojo breathes again. 30 students kneel in the cold air. They have witnessed the impossible. For 47 years, the master was untouchable. For 47 years, the wooden plaque by the door told the same story. Now that story has ended. Master Yamamoto turns to his students. His face is calm. No shame, no anger. Something else. Something that looks like gratitude. What did you learn today? Silence. The question is dangerous. They have just watched their master lose. What are they supposed to say? One student, young, barely 20, finds his voice. That the sword is not invincible? No. Master Yamamoto shakes his head. The sword is still invincible. Murasame has not changed. What has changed is my understanding. He looks at Bruce Lee. Tell them, what did you defeat today? Bruce Lee considers the question. The weight of 30 students waiting. I did not defeat your master. I defeated his certainty. The students frown, confused. For 47 years, every challenger saw the sword. They feared the sword. They fought the sword. And because they fought the sword, they lost. Because the sword is faster than any man. He pauses. But I did not see the sword. I saw the man holding it. And the man, no matter how skilled, is always slower than the weapon he carries. The shoulder moves before the arm. The arm moves before the hand. I was not faster than Murasame. I was faster than the decision to swing it. Master Yamamoto nods slowly. 47 years, hundreds of challengers, and not one of them thought to ignore the blade. They could not ignore it. They were afraid of it. And you were not afraid? Bruce Lee smiles. I was terrified, but I did not let the terror choose my target. 1 week later, a package arrived at Bruce Lee's hotel in Hong Kong. Inside, the wooden plaque from the dojo wall. 47 years of unblemished record. The names of every challenger who had tried and failed. And at the bottom, carved in fresh letters, broken by Bruce Lee. December 1972. Not with speed, with sight. A note accompanied it, written in careful English. The sword remains on my wall, but this belongs to you. You have earned what no one else could take. Yamamoto. Bruce Lee hung the plaque in his office in Hong Kong. Visitors would ask about it. He would smile and say nothing. Or sometimes, if the visitor seemed worthy, he would say, "It reminds me that the fastest weapon is not the sharpest. The fastest weapon is the one that sees clearly." Years later, after Bruce Lee's death, a journalist found Master Yamamoto, now 81, still teaching at the dojo. Was Bruce Lee the greatest fighter you ever faced? The old man thought for a long moment. He was not a fighter, but he defeated you. He did not defeat me. He showed me something I had stopped seeing. His eyes drifted to the empty space where the plaque had hung. For 47 years, I believed the sword was my strength. He taught me it was my blindness. Do you regret giving him the plaque? Master Yamamoto smiled. The plaque was a record of victories, but his name on it, that was my greatest victory, because it meant I could still learn. The sword does not make the master makes the sword, and the greatest victory is not defeating your enemy, it is defeating the blindness in yourself.